Hello. So this year for me, I've started doing these videos, but I want to start talking about my weight loss journey as well now, and add that into the mix because it's been part of my journey this year. Even though I probably haven't mentally attached to it too much, it's just been the thing that's been happening. You know, I've been going with the flow of it. I knew last year, because when I moved into my flat here, I put on quite a lot of weight, I think through stress. And then I just thought I'd need to lose weight. And so far, I've written it down, I have lost 3 stone and 5 pounds. Or 3 stone and 4 pounds, around about 3 stone 4. And that's about 46 pounds and about 21 kilos even. So, and I've done that since last December, so probably since Christmas, like literally Christmas Day, like I think the day after Christmas Day, I was like, right, that's it. So it's been about, what are we now, November, so it's been about 11 months of slow progression. And when I say slow progression, I do mean that. I mean, it's, even though it sounds like quite a lot, it is quite a lot. I'd say the last 3 months or so, I haven't really even seen the scale move, but my body shape's changed. And so there will be periods of time, but you might find as well, if you've got quite a lot to lose, where you won't see the scale move, but there are changes happening. Let me just repeat that. You will not see the scale move sometimes, but do not lose heart, because there's still stuff happening behind the scenes. So just so you know, because that's what I've been telling myself recently. Something's not happening, I don't know why, but anyway, so what I thought I would do today is talk about my weight loss journey, and also at the end of that give you a few sort of golden tips to take away if you're on the journey also. So where should I start? Well, I should start with the fact that I started doing movement practice. That I think I just became more aware of moving. I think that's probably number one. I suddenly realised, you know what, I want to do some more stuff that's weight lossy, but I just want to have fun too. So I started going to things like sort of sober raves. Yes, really. 5 rhythms. I've already talked about it before on another video, like morning Gloryville, doing things that were kind of like more dancey, going out and meeting people and not drinking. Because trust me, drinking is just going to ruin it all for you with the calories, and then you're dancing. It's like, yeah, it's like 2 in 1. It's like brilliant. So I started doing that, and then that got me more aware of, I got more in touch with my body. So I just became more in tune with myself, I think, and more in tune with food from that slowly. And I started getting more interested in movement in general. So I started looking at people that were doing more movement practices, such as Ido Portal and Tim Sheaf, and who's vegan, and I'll get to that in a minute. But sort of getting more into like how I can move my body in a natural way that's not just on a treadmill, just getting back to basics almost, like just kind of like getting in touch with myself. So that was the journey, that's how it started, I think, even before I decided I needed to lose weight, basically. So that was the first thing. The second thing I started doing was intermittent fasting. I started doing that, I'd say, God, maybe like February this year. So we're in November, so maybe February. And intermittent fasting was a game changer for me because it changed the way I viewed food. It changed my relationship with food, whereas before I didn't really have one. I was just like, I just need to eat all the time, and I don't really care about how much on my plate. I'm just going to eat. And when I did intermittent fasting, it made me realise that actually I'm not going to die if I don't have breakfast, and I'm not going to die if I don't eat that much today. And actually my body appreciates not having so much food, so it can do other things like healing me and other things. And what I found by doing intermittent fasting, and I tend to do 12 until about 7, 12 until 7, 12 in the morning, 12 in the for lunch onwards, and it just freed up my body space, and I felt so good doing it. And I thought, oh my god, like, as a society we eat too much. Like, we definitely don't need to eat as much as we do. That's my view. And it was a game changer. It was a game changer. And I dabbled with doing, you know, 1 meal a day, sometimes no meal a day, not very often. I didn't do that very much, but I did fruit fasting, I did juice fasting, and it shifted some weight, but it was more about changing my mindset with food, I think. And it made me feel more energetic. I felt more alert. My body just loved it. It just loved it. So I kept with that, and from the day I started doing it, I've carried on intermittent fasting, and that's just my daily thing now. That's what I do. And I tend to have, if I want to have breakfast foods, because I do sometimes miss having breakfast foods, but I have them as brunch. That's fine. Whenever, that's fine. And it saves money as well. You don't need to eat as much, so you save money. So when I did go back to having food, I didn't really want to eat rubbish. So that was the start of going vegan as well. So I went vegan, and I just went back to having more natural, more whole foods. It kind of unlocked this kind of creativity within me as well. I just, you know, I started to feel more sort of gratitude about my food, and, you know, making sure that I was eating sort of more natural, high vibe foods, high living foods, live foods. I actually do believe that raw is a way to go, probably, and having more raw foods, but I haven't quite gone down that road yet, which you probably see from my Instagram. But just going vegan was a game changer, and I watched Cowspiracy and all of that, and, you know, there was no denying it. It was more in line with my ethics, and it's just been fantastic. And that, on top of, you know, the fasting, is obviously, because you go vegan, there's only so much you can eat when you go out. I mean, you can't have a doner. You can have a vegan doner, which they do have in Croydon, but you can't have as much junk as, you know, unless you go to like specific places, because believe you me, there is vegan junk, which that'll be another video which I'll talk about, but it does eliminate the amount of rubbish you can eat automatically. And you know, I just upped my fruit and veg, and that was also made me feel really good. And the weight just, I guess, has slowly started to come off because of that. The other thing as well that happened when I started to get more in touch with my body, and the food I was eating, and feeling more good and feeling wellness like I'd never felt before. Oh my God, felt wellness. I was like, I don't need to drink anymore because I feel good. So I kind of just stopped drinking, and I still drink every now and again, very, very like sporadically. Like last week I had a couple of drinks, but generally speaking, I live a sober life. I'm a sober vegan. It's happened, people. It is actually happening to me. I'm a sober vegan. Who knew? But, you know, obviously drinking's loads of calories, and once you cut that out, then, you know, you're cutting out sticks. You know, you're going to lose weight. You're probably going to lose weight if you were drinking quite a lot before. No brainer. So that obviously helped. The other thing that happened this year is that I went on a yoga holiday in the summer, and that got me into a sort of practice of doing yoga on a daily basis. And before that, I'll be honest with you, I was one of those people that's just like, yoga, if I'm gonna do a workout, it ain't gonna be yoga, because I need to like move my body to make sure I lose weight. No, massive mistake. I did not give yoga the respect it deserved. And now I do, because I was never a big strength trainer. You know, I've never really cared about all that. I was just like cardio, and I still really wasn't losing the weight. I started doing yoga only, and I did yoga on the holiday, I mean, twice a day, and then I came back, I started doing it twice a day, and then it went down to about once a day, but still every day. And my strength and my body shape changed dramatically, like that. And that was when people started to notice it. That was when people started to really notice the weight loss, was when my body was just changing shape. It wasn't even like the weight was actually coming off that much, but toning was happening, and that was all down to yoga. And the other thing that I say with yoga is that the woo-woo stuff is true. It will make you feel better. It made me feel more balanced. It made me feel more creative. It made me feel more alive. It made me feel more peaceful because you're getting your meditation in. Do not underestimate the value of yoga like I used to. If you can add it into your workout practice, do, because it's a fantastic element. And I think there is something with, you're doing such strong movements, and that takes such a lot of your strength and energy, and it's so fluid and peaceful and meditative that I think your body just relaxes with that. And actually I think that it kind of just tones up even more, because it's just kind of like it goes with it. It's relaxed, it's not tight, it's not stressed, it's one with it as well. So I think yoga, and there's so many different types as well, that you can do restorative, you can do yin, vinyasa, hot yoga, you can really push yourself and do like arm balances, and which I can't quite get there yet with some of that yet, but it's so challenging, and it's a fantastic element to your practice that will tone you if you do it on a regular basis. It will do something for you if you're on a weight loss journey. So I would add that in. The other thing that I've started to do this year is running, and that's been in the last sort of couple of months. Before that, running, did not like it at all. Was like, I'm going to do anything but running. I was one of those people, anything. But now, I like, I would say I'm getting there. I'm getting there with the running. I would say I like it. I can't believe I just said that, come out of my mouth, but it's true. It's got there. And I started doing like, this was someone that could barely run a few miles without like almost dying. And now I'm running sufficient distances and training. I signed up for a half marathon, mainly because a lady at work who's awesome and does loads of marathons was like, you need a goal. It will change the way you think about running. And I was like, yeah, but I can't really, I'm not really, I like yoga. And when I signed up to that race, boy, oh boy, it changed my mindset completely, because you've got a goal. And when you've got a goal, you've got to do it. And I finally understand what it means now, why people become athletes, because it definitely makes you feel differently about sport, and it becomes less about weight loss. To be honest, running isn't about weight loss for me. It's about just becoming stronger and fitter and healthier, and enjoying having a goal and enjoying striving for something, and that will translate through everything else that you do. It's not just that happens, it helps every other area of your life when you have something like that you're striving for and you're aiming for. And I've definitely felt a difference in my mentality since I started doing running. So I do recommend having some sort of goal or practice. And obviously, once again, the running is helping my body. And I must say, like, the last few months, I ain't really seen a change on the scale. What you'll find is that if you've got quite a lot of weight to lose, you'll lose quite a lot of weight consistently, and then you'll just get to a point where it kind of plateaus, and then it might dip again, and then you might plateau again. And don't lose heart. Your body is, if you're consistently doing stuff like I am, your body is changing, but there's other things that it needs to do sometimes. It needs to take priority with toning or doing something else, or it is changing, it is shifting. It just might not be coming out on the scale. So don't use the scale always as a you know, as a measure. But do make sure that you are keeping track of your weight, because I'm not one of those people that's like, don't ever get on the scale, just go by your clothes, because I used to do that, and I used to just pile on pounds because I wasn't keeping tabs. I'm one of those people that needs to keep tabs on my weight. End of. It just, yeah, I have to. Otherwise I just get fat. I just get really, really fat. So my goals and tips for your weight loss are: goal set, because it's worked so great for me. Like, I think it's really good. And just like what I just said, you know, commit to something, commit to a practice. You don't have to sign up to a race, but I recommend it, but you don't have to. You know, there is something about changing your mindset with fitness. So it's not just about weight loss. It's about you improving who you are as a person, and improving, setting goals, setting targets. It's fun, and it's great, and it's good, and it strengthens you. So like, you can just commit to doing something a couple of times a week, maybe like adding in yoga, making sure that you're getting out, making sure that you're moving more, like whether you're just like shimmying around into your kitchen, or you know, like, I'm not even joking with that, like just adding more dance into your day. Do it, you know, like you know, just, do you want to reach a certain weight by X time, X, you know, but try and get there in a more fluid, relaxed way, instead of, you know, I don't even know how I'm saying it. Just try not to stress about it, and do it in a way that's going to be fun for you. Okay, so for me, it's, my goal at the moment is that Brighton half. I've got the Brighton half that I'm going to do next year. It's making me train 2-3 times a week. It's not making me, I've enjoyed training. But just set yourself, it doesn't have to be, but just set some sort of target for yourself, whether that's your weight loss, or adding in a new element to your week that means that you move more, whether that's yoga or running or going to the gym a little bit more, or whatever. Goal set. Make it fun, you know, like make fitness fun. Don't focus on the weight loss, focus on the fitness, focus on your health. Okay, and make move and play. Find ways that you can move where you're having fun. That's your challenge. Make it fun for yourself. Because when it starts to become a slog, that's when it's the worst, man. That is the worst, and that's when you just stop doing it. So make workouts for fun, and for fitness, and for health, and for strength, but not just for you to lose weight. And the weight will just come off anyway. The other thing I was going to say is motivation. Make sure you sign up to things like podcasts. You watch stuff like videos like this, or other videos on YouTube where people are talking about elements of weight loss, or, you know, things that you're interested in, because it really has helped me. Like, when I go on my runs, I listen to podcasts, and running podcasts. 300 pounds of running, and The Conscious Runner is fantastic, and there's lots of other sort of yoga people on YouTube who are fantastic, and lots of other people that talk about fitness in general that are brilliant. And it just keeps you going. It just keeps you, like, keeps you motivated, and you need that. So I would definitely inspire yourself and watch things. The other thing I was going to say is, you don't have to intermittent fast, even though I do recommend it, especially if you do want to lose weight or just feel better. But just be mindful eating, okay? So just watch your portion sizes, watch the quality of your food, up your fruit and veg. Just up your fruit and veg, like, just make sure you're adding more of that natural foods into your diet, more than the trash. And be mindful about how much you're putting into your body. It sounds simple. I know it's not always that simple, but that's it. That's it. And I think that's it, people. I think that's it for now. I've waffled on way longer than I thought. But my journey with weight loss has been different, and I'm hoping now, I mean, I've still got maybe like 10 pounds I want to lose, and I'm pretty sure that with the running that's going to happen. So my thing at the moment is that I run 3 to 4 times per week, and I do yoga in between for longer sessions, and then I do yoga stretches when I do running. So I'm still doing yoga every day, and I might start adding in other things like swimming. Like, so tomorrow I might go swimming. I'm off at the moment, so I can do that. So, you know, obviously the weight is probably just going to slowly come off, but I don't care that it's slowly coming off. I'm quite enjoying it, just my body shape changing and seeing stuff and reveling in the wonder of the body, because the body is, like I said previously, it's amazing. So get in touch with yourself, get in touch. So that's it, people. If you've got any comments, please leave below, and good luck on your journey, and I hope that helps as always, and good luck. Go off, run, move, do something.